computer. All right, I think we're up and rolling, ready to go. Waited a little bit to see if people can hop on. I know Saturday mornings are super early, but my day is full. And I know evenings can get kind of crazy. So we'll look to find a good sweet spot because we do have a lot of people on the Pacific Coast. And I want to make these so that you can hop on. I'll be honest, like hop on team calls. They're where we build community. That's where you're going to get a lot of information. You can ask questions, you can ask ideas. Anytime that we can do one-on-ones, try to make that a priority. And I know like this was a little bit of a last minute type thing, but I'm wanting to get into more of this so that you'll have a good, better understanding. And I think what I'm going to do is do a standing looking at adding some things in our calendar for the month of March so that we'll be able to have those planned out so that you can get more on things as they progress. So what I want you to do is when you listen to this recording, make sure you have some sort of planner in place and have a notebook so that you can take some notes so that you can utilize this in the future so that as you are working to prepare future months, we can do that. I will plan on doing this every month so that that weekend before or even a week before, I think it would be better to start doing these. Like if we would have done this last weekend, but I was out of town, so which is why I couldn't do it. But if we start doing them a week before the new month kicks in, that'll give you a good understanding of how the month is going to flow and how you can plan it. My goal is to help you set your month up for success, not only like making sure that you have all the things on your calendar that you need as far as Beachbody goes, announcements, things like that, but also that you have on your calendar team calls, mindset information, things like that. So that's going to be super important for you to understand that. So today's going to be very basic. We're going to go over some very general things that I want to make sure you're set up with. And especially with newer coaches, I want to share with you how I'm going to run the groups for this month, because I think that that's going to be how you can set yourself up for success. In this weekend, I will be getting out the new March team calendar. That will start to go. I was doing a graphic at the top of our team page that showed upcoming calls for the week. But I think what I've decided is that I'm going to start to do the team calendar up there so that you can see it at a better glance and you can kind of get a better idea of what's happening and what's going on. Okay. And then I'll throw that in the files as well so that you can easily print that out and add that into your documents. Okay. All right. So let me start back off again. So I use this right here. I use this Rise Up Planner. It's by Myra Kukaba. She is a Beachbody coach. She's our top coach, you guys, this year, which is insane. If you want to check more out of her, she's super cool. You can YouTube or Google her on YouTube, Google her, then look her up on YouTube. She has amazing trainings, not only on this planner itself, which you can get at Amazon, but she also has it, and she also has them on our website, although they were like back stocked for a little while, but you can get it on Amazon. Hold on, because my music is playing in the basement. 1 second. Okay, that was super strange. My husband just left. He's going to Indianapolis today to celebrate his brother's birthday, and the kids have activities, so I just stay back. And every once in a while, when we kick on our Spotify list, it plays in our basement. I don't know, so weird. It freaked me out like a couple months ago. I was like, oh my gosh, who's down there? Okay, anyway, look her up. She's got amazing training on this planner. She has just in general, her IG is awesome. She has short little IG snippets and TV shows and everything like that. I will be honest, you need to be intentional about your time. The goal shouldn't be to spend hours upon hours upon hours doing the business. That's the best part about this business, is that you can crank out what you need to crank out. I'm going to show you how I do it. I'm still perfecting that and still trying to. I love the business. I love doing this every single day. And so it's very hard for me to not come in and sit at this chair right here and do more things, to crank out something else, to connect with a couple more people. I need to be intentional about spending time on my business and putting it away so I can spend time with my family, because they are the ones who are top priority, right? Them and my relationship with Christ, those are top priority. This is extra. This is what's going to help me, allow me to have the freedom to do more of that. So I want to be intentional about the time I spend doing my business. So I want you to keep that in mind. I really do take the time every night before the next day to plan out my days so that we can do it. So in this planner, I want to show you here. I love it because you can go hour by hour and kind of print out, not print out, but write out like about what you're doing, when you're going to do it. So that way you're more intentional about the things that you're going to accomplish during that time. So instead, if you're going to focus and do your power hour, you know you're going to focus on the IPAs first, and then you're going to check off the extra boxes after that. Your IPAs are income producing activities. So the things that are going to move your business forward: expanding, connecting, huge, and inviting. Okay. You have to do all three of those. I tell people do them in small pockets so that they are a part of what you can handle. Okay. So if you are wanting to grow your business faster and stronger and quicker, clearly you're going to expand more, you're going to connect more, you're going to invite more. If you want to be consistent, but you know you're limited in time, and maybe like 3 to 5 invites is what you want to do a day, that's okay. Be consistent. Consistency is key. It's going to trump long hours all the time. Be consistent, show up. So find a happy spot that's going to help you be consistent with those items. Okay. Okay. So I like to have in this planner, you have a month out that you can look at. And so I love this because then I can utilize this as I'm planning. What are my posts going to be like? What am I promoting this week? What am I talking about this week? This is where your rubber meets the road, because you're going to be able to be like, okay, I have a plan. I know what the game plan is. It's like if you're trying to go down to Florida, depending on where you live, I have to still map it out, or I put it in my Google Maps and I know that I've got, how long it's going to take me. I know the direction I'm going to go. I know the roads I'm going to take because I can look at it far out. If I'm going to stop somewhere along the way, where am I going to stop? I'm not just going to hope that at midnight tonight I can find a hotel. No, like if you ever drove that, like there's stretches where you can't find hotels. So it's important to have a plan. That's what your month is. That is what you plan out every month. You need to know, where is my month going, so that I'm prepared for what I'm going to talk about, how I'm going to invite, what I'm going to invite to, and that kind of gets you an idea of what's going on. Okay. So the first thing that I always look at when I'm planning my calendar is I pull it out and I look to see, okay, how many weeks do I have? Where am I at? So I always put in my national wake up calls. Those are on Mondays. They're 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, so 9 a.m. Mountain Time. A side note with that, I want to let you know that Beachbody has 2 offices. One's in Utah, one's in California. So a lot of our corporate calls, all those types of calls, they all come in at Mountain Time. Any new releases, things like that come in from California. Those are on Pacific Standard Time. So just kind of always watch that sometimes, but most of the time things are on Mountain Time. And Micah, my upline, who is your grandma upline, she's in Idaho, she's in Mountain Time. So a lot of times when you have team calls, you have new coach kickoffs, all that kind of stuff, that's on Mountain Time as well. Okay, so that's important that you understand that. I will tell you, that was probably one of the biggest things that I had to learn, was figuring out time zones. They still sometimes throw me off, but I'm getting much better at them. So make a note to understand your time zones, or to know like, okay, if it's Mountain Time, where am I in comparison to Mountain Time? If it's like, I just threw up that Amanda Trojan was doing a power hour this afternoon. It's in, she's in Eastern, she's in Michigan. So where is that in comparison to me? So kind of have an idea. And for a little while, I had a little Post-it that was like a cheat sheet. So I knew like, okay, and it said on there, I don't even have it anymore, I got rid of it, but it said like noon, Mountain Time. I'm sorry, noon Central Standard Time is actually 11 Mountain Time, 1 Eastern Time, and 10 Pacific Time. So that way it would be like my guide, be like, okay, so if the call's at 2, then I would be at, and I would adjust it to that. That was a side note. Okay, so looking at your calendar, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put all the corporate stuff on. So like I said, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, national wake up call. Now, I used to work full time and I could hardly ever make a national wake up call. Or when I did, I was on the road and I didn't hit and get to hear all of it. It's on your Team Beachbody 411 page. So you want to make sure that you have and you are on that page and you get notifications. They go live and they go Facebook Live in there. So if you can't get on live, make sure that you have it in your planned week that you re-listen to your national wake up call. One of the things I love about this planner is that on the side here, she has the things that you're focused on and the things that are like most important. To me, I don't miss a national wake up call. That is where I find out all the new information that's happening, any announcements. Kevin Shaw will go over all of that. Sandy Buadanis always comes in and gives you a little bit of a little motivational boost. You can celebrate and recognize all the coaches that are moving their business forward. And then Sandy brings in a coach, whether it's a veteran or a newer coach, with new ideas, fresh thoughts. She's crushing it. He or she is crushing it in some way, shape, or form. So you can always hear good nuggets. You don't always have to implement everything, but you have an opportunity and a way to listen to something that's going to move your business forward, something that can help you with organizing, you're inviting or connecting. So always listen to your national wake up call. That is so crucial. Okay. So that's in on my Mondays every month. Okay. The next thing I put in is my mindset training with Brad. So you're going to go until the end of March. And actually, let me look, because yesterday, while I was at small group, oops, that's not where I want to go. Micah posted, hold on here. I think some of Brad's training, I want to say got extended. Maybe I don't. Okay, hold on. Let me look in one more place here. Okay. I know I've read it. There's going to be an announcement on that, but right now it's to go to the end of March. So I make sure that at 7:30, again, when I worked, there was no way I could have listened to it. And to be honest, I leave for part of the session to go take my son to school. So during that, I throw Facebook on and I put it in my car and I just listen to it because it streams it. She plays it. It's a Zoom link, but she streams it to Team Inspiration Facebook page. So that's another one you want to make sure you're part of. So I will listen to it. But a lot of times Monday mornings, Ty wants to talk to me in the car, and I cherish those times when him and I can connect in the car. So I allow that to happen. So on Sunday, I come back and I listen to that to make sure I am ready to go for our next session on Monday, or sometimes Saturday afternoon, if it's kind of quiet and Maddie's at dance and Ty's playing video games and Jeff's napping on the couch or he's doing what he needs to do, I'll catch up on some of those trainings. My family knows how important my business is, and they also know how important my mindset is. And so they know how important it is that I spend that time to work on that. So I make sure both of those are in there. And then when you become, like for those of us that are diamonds, right now we get an additional training with him for high performance habits. That's on Thursdays. That's another one that I make sure is in my calendar, 100%, okay? The other thing then is every Saturday, Micah comes out with our down-wide weekly email that shares all that's going on, okay? So for an example, this next Saturday on March 6th, there's gonna be a Getting Started Right call for new challengers, which is awesome. So I'm gonna have that on my calendar because I have new challengers. I wanna make sure that they get on that call, and I wanna be there with them to support them, to show them, hey, I'm here with you. We're gonna rock this together. So I'm excited. So that will go on my calendar as well. Normally, when you don't have Brad, we have team calls with Micah. Micah will either bring on guest speakers or she'll talk about something. Sometimes it's a training, sometimes it's motivation. It can vary. I make sure my team calls are on there as well. Then after those items are on, and I've got all of Micah's items on, whatever is coming out in the calendar, and I'm going to screen share here. Okay, now don't judge because I'm a tab girl. Let me get in here. I want to show you my email. Is this the one? Let me see if this is it. Oh, I have 2 emails, you guys. So I'm going to move this over here. Maybe it's this one. I bet it's this one. Okay. Oh my gosh, if you don't follow Julie Voris, you got to follow Julie Voris. She's freaking amazing. Okay, team Inspiration. I'm going to pull theirs up here. I'm going to show you what it looks like. So make sure you sign up for it. There's a link in your first week of training, all your emails. There's a link in there to make sure that you are able to get into those. Okay. Okay, so this was last week's. This is how it looks. It'll say like Team Inspiration in these brackets, and it will tell you what week you're on, okay? So you'll get this. Mine is going to look a little different than yours are because I am a personally sponsored coach under Micah. So that's what the PS stands for. So when you look at like even our team page, Empowered Nation PS coaches, that's personally sponsored coaches, you are under me, okay? But as you build your business and you build your coaches, we'll make sure that we have, and right now, because we're not big enough, we will put everybody in just the Team Empowered group. And probably what we'll do is, the music started back up again. Okay, bear with me a second. This is so weird. Okay, Google, stop. Okay, Google, stop. You guys, that is so creepy. As you start to grow your teams, we'll adjust things, okay? So, and I'll just rename it. It'll be the bigger crew, and then I'll probably add in a PS page then afterwards. But I want your teams to feel like they have a place to go. And so not only am I a part of Team Inspiration, you are a part of Team Inspiration too. So you'll see that as I've added you and invited you to that group, I will announce you once you accept that invitation. So I'm going through to make sure everybody's in there this weekend. That's on my list. So she's going to talk a little bit. She kind of gives you an update about what's going on. She'll give special any coach announcements, anything like that. And then down below here, she'll give out so this is stuff that's for us, right? And this was if you locked in SC Success Club by the night of this Superstar call was amazing. But never feel like you're missing out on anything because you need to dig into where you're at. This would have been very high level for some people that are just getting started. So it would have been very overwhelming. She always puts in her podcast. This is what I wanted to show you. So she'll come up and show you team calls and trainings for the week ahead. This little graphic, and I'll make sure to add the graphic, and I'm going to make a note here. I'm going to add this into the message thread. Call graphic. And I'll make sure to add it into the team page as well. But this kind of shows you how the weeks go from January to March. And so she'll kind of do it that way so you can kind of see. So we're in week 1. So you can see here she does the same thing. She looks at the mindset training. She adds that in. She's telling you, hey, National Wake Up Call is in there. And then every Thursday is that high performance call. Exactly what we talked about. Then we're going to go into week 1. And week 1 on Saturday has the new Challenger kickoff call. Again, we got that in there. You can see we have a week 2 and a week 4. And so you can kind of add those items into your calendar. So take the time to put those in there so that you have them. And then below, you'll see that you've got links to where the trainings are going to be at, and then the virtual Zoom schedule. And then you have the power hours. These power hours are led by high leaders. I'll throw this one in there too. I actually have mine on my board here, and I have highlighted the ones I love that I don't want to miss out. However, saying that, I hopped on a couple that I didn't have highlighted this week because of just how my schedule was and how I wanted to make sure. I make sure I get on one of those a day. And I know some of them are hard because like on Thursday and Friday, there's only a morning and an afternoon one. There's no evening one. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, there's an evening one. And I loved those when I worked full time. Those were so helpful. These power hours are guided. They're going to walk you right through it. So if you're ever like, I just need help getting started and I need help with ideas, that's what these are there for. They're there to help you get started. So once you've gone through the training of expanding and connecting, these guided power hours are so awesome because they walk you right through doing the vitals. Your income producing activities are going to help you. Okay. So I'm going to add those in there as well. And then anything like if you need a refresher on a power hour, all the stuff that's in your training is right in here. That's going to be right there. And then she gives you some information about the mindset. And then this, once you guys go through my emails, I'm going to be putting you in on this. I'll be getting you information to get you started on this Coach Basic workshop, which is awesome. Okay. And then she does a little recognition. So these are super great emails to make sure that you are on every day. And that's going to help you get started with what you got going on in your calendar. Okay. So that's where you want to start with your calendar. Start in the basics. Okay. Then what you're going to do is you're going to write in, okay, now that I've got my calls in, now that I've got to focus in on that, what am I going to do to set up for my groups? Okay. So I set out to you guys a calendar on how we're going to work things. I'm going to actually run a couple extra things because I want to make sure that we are set up properly and that I kind of just want to make sure that that's what I'm going to run. The beauty is that it is your business. You decide what you want to run. You decide how you're going to work it. You decide, I'm sorry, my eyes are starting to bother me. I'm going to put these on. You decide what you're going to focus on and how you're going to move forward. That's what's amazing. Okay. So what I want you to look at is, how can I do this? How can I run it? And how can I do it? So I like to put in there, what are the dates of my groups? And then I can backtrack. When do I need to open it up? When do I need to promote it? When do I need to make sure everybody's put in to the group buy? I mean, it's all that kind of stuff. That's what's amazing about this. So in your calendar, I want you to put down, on March 8th, we're going to start a 3-week group. 3-week groups are great to get people started because you can commit to 3 weeks. You can show people what they're doing and you can share with them. A lot of times when people are getting started, if you were to be doing 9-week Control Freak right now, that might be overwhelming and they haven't really seen any like solid results. You want people to see results pretty quickly. 3 weeks is doable. And 3 weeks in most people's eyes are like, okay, I can do 21 days. Like that's doable. So I love to run 3-week groups every once in a while. So it's going to still be the same thing. The make over your mindset. We're still going to run with that theme. However, I thought about also doing it. I'm kind of playing around with it. We're going to call it that. But our team has posts for 21 days that really kind of help hone you in and get you prepared. So I'm thinking about, because I'll prepare the BOD group, I'm thinking about combining and mixing those pieces in together to help people with their mindset and to help them get integrated into the program and integrated into understanding our nutrition and things like that. So that group will run the weeks of 3/8, 3/15, and 3/22, okay? Which means that we can promote it now. You can talk about your group. You can talk about entering them in, and you can talk about how you have until Sunday, February 28th to get your RSVP in for VIP treatment. I don't know what we'll do. We'll do something extra, but we'll do something special for those VIP people. They can get in by March or by February 28th. That'll lock in some SC points for you and start changing lives right away. Now, here's the beauty. We'll start prepping in the group once they're in to get them ready for a 3/8 start, but they can get in right away and they can start looking at programs. They can sample some stuff out. We'll do some sample workouts that they can try out. We'll still get them a meal plan for that week. They'll get prepped up. I will prep posts in there so that they're getting ready. They're getting their pantry ready and understanding how meal prepping works, starting to work on water goals, things like that, all next week. And in the meantime, here's the beauty. you can still invite, you can still promote, you can still include and say, okay, listen, hey, I've got one more week that I'm taking RSVPs for it so that we can start on March 8th. Now, they'll be a little bit behind, yes, but that's going to be okay because they'll still be able to get in on March 8th. Come March 7th, no more RSVPs. You're locking down. You're not able to take any more, okay? Now, you're going to still keep talking about it. You're going to still keep showing up. You're going to still keep sharing what's going on and in your groups and the things you're doing. And then for those that are saying either no or they wait too long, the week of March 15th, we're going to do a free group. I'm calling it March Madness, March Kitchen Madness, because if you're a basketball player, like March Madness, like hello, and people know what that is. So we're going to have some fun with it because I feel like nutrition is where people really struggle. So I love to run free groups, and I think that, that is where a lot of, and if you watch Kim Fitzpatrick's National Wake Up Call, was it I think it was 2 weeks ago, she talks about it. I need to add more value in them. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to tweak marches so that we have a little bit more to help them out with. So what I'm going to do is we're going to change it up. We're going to use a little bit of what I use a VA called Mompreneur. She has a lot of the stuff already purchased. Creativity is not my strong suit. And she has created all these amazing posts. And so I use them. Micah has them available for us and it's just amazing. So, but I'll be using that free group the week of the 15th, but I'm going to add in extra stuff. So we're going to add in Monday. I'm going to either do live or I'm going to do Zoom. I'm not sure yet, but we're going to do Monday's meal prep tips and tricks. Tuesday is going to be fridge freedom. Wednesday is going to be pantry purge. Thursday is going to be cool kitchen utensils. And then Friday is going to be grocery favorites. So we're going to do something around that so that people can get some good understanding about nutrition and see then how these groups run and how much value you get when you're actually in our group. Okay. Then here's the best part. So here's a little announcement I'm going to make. That Sunday, we're going to, and it's just a 5-day free group. Anywhere I would do free groups between 3 to 5 days, end of discussion. The bonus is going to be on 3/21 because we are going to do, nope, I lied. I'm going to revamp that. Do you know why? I realized we just booked spring break. So I will probably do it on Friday the 19th. Yeah. This week we'll do it Friday the 19th, or this month. But we're going to start to do these every month. And I think I'm going to make them on Sunday. I don't know. I'm still kind of playing with it. Let's see how this month goes. But basically what we're going to do is do a bonus. And the reason I was going to do it on Sunday was because my husband used to run this business called Sunday Dinners, and it was super fun. And I thought, how fun would it be if like the third Sunday of every month, my entire crew knows, and then we can invite whoever's in the free group to come and participate in the Sunday dinner group where we do different things. So maybe one Sunday we talk about meal prep. Another Sunday we are doing a recipe together and having dinner together. Another Sunday we are maybe like in the summer, like having a cocktail, and maybe we move those to Fridays. Fridays might work out better, but I know sometimes Fridays are kind of crazy when people get home from work and stuff. So we'll play around with it. Maybe it'll just be like that weekend. We'll be doing something where people can hop on, knowing that it's not going to work for everybody. That's okay. But that we'll do that to wrap that up. And then we'll talk about how they can get into our April group, because then come that next week, you're about a week and a half out until your April group starts. So you can start taking early VIP access to your April group, and you only add that and you only offer it to a certain amount of people. Okay. So that's kind of how your month is going to go out. You can then start to see, okay, now I can see if it's going to start here, how does my next group start? And when do I start promoting it? And when do I start talking about it? I start talking about it about a week and a half out to VIP members, people that have been on the fence, people that have been kind of watching, things that have been like, "Ah, I just don't know," because maybe that will help entice them to happen earlier so that you have that VIP access. But then you still have that little bit of time once that VIP access comes in and you're starting your prep, that people that have been on the fence and maybe you want to still do new invites, they can happen then that next week before your group starts. Okay. So that kind of gives you an idea of how my groups run. The only other thing I want to tell you is the third Thursday of every month is our coaching info session call. That is so important to add into your calendar because, and that was on that stuff that I showed you with Micah, because that is where we get together as a team and we share what we do as coaches with other people. And those stories are the best. If you ever want to listen to the recordings on those, the coaches that are on there and are spotlighted on there share their story about what coaching has done for them. And a lot of them are just chill, give me chills on how awesome they are, because I can hear those stories all day long. They're so inspiring to know that this business can legit change your life and your family's life 100% if you're willing to put in the work to do it. So that's what's so awesome. I love that. So as a side note, talk about your business every day. Talk about something that you're doing. Talk about what you're learning, how you're showing up, how you have team calls, how you're able to get the support you need, how the training is. Like, talk about it. Why did you decide to do it? What have you found that you like the most? Talk about those kinds of things. The more you talk about it, the more you're going to find people that are like, okay, what are you doing? Okay, wait, how much did you earn? Even an extra $100 a month, or $100 a week, what could that help you with? Could that help cover your groceries? Could that help, $100 a month, or I'm sorry, I keep saying a month, $100 a week. Could after 2 weeks you pay your car payment? Could that help put your money towards vacation? Could it help cover kids' extracurricular activities? What is it covering? Because it doesn't need to be like for an example, Ruth Schroner, she's one of our top coaches. She posted in our diamond page, which is, a rank that you'll all get to. She posted in there that she's making about $40,000 a month. $40,000 a month. Like, she just bought her parents a new home. They've never lived in a new home. She did that for them. What can happen when you show up and share about your business? But even though your mind might be blown, like, what? Like, how in the world? That's not your life right now. And yes, that might sound amazing to somebody, but like for me, that's like, okay, this is doable. I've been in the business longer. You're getting started. You want to start, you're going to start small. You're going to work your way to something bigger. You know what that goal is. Her goal was to buy this house for her parents. You need to know your why. Your why is going to help you to show up every day. Your why is going to help you to be consistent. And everyone's why is different. But that little income to large income that you make every week is going to help you hit that goal. And so maybe today it's for someone like, I just want to pay off my credit card debt, or I want to buy diapers, or I need to put it towards groceries, or like depending on whatever it is, or maybe it's like, okay, I want to save for summer break, for extra things to do with the kids, or I want to buy tickets to go to Disney, or whatever. Share that. Share in your stories, share in your feed. Use that story solution invitation that I sent you. Talk about it. That's going to make a difference. Okay. The last thing I wanted to let you know, a little rumor is that our summit, which is normally in June or July-ish, is not going to happen. I don't know. They haven't canceled it yet. I'm having a hard time believing that they won't cancel it. It's yearly. It's legit so fun. You can earn a ticket to go to this if you hit Success Club 3 out of the first 6 months you are a coach. So that is a huge goal, because the ticket can be anywhere. Like when I'm at Summit, they go on sale for the next year, and I think I can get it for like $150. But then by the time closer to Summit comes, it can come up to like $220, $250 or something like that. You can earn a free ticket to go. And then we get hotel rooms as teams, and we hang out together, and we learn, we train, we work out together. It's so much fun, like legit my favorite thing every year. Last year was canceled. There's about 30 to 35,000 coaches that go. It's supposed to be in St. Louis this year. I was really excited because I've never been to St. Louis, and I was excited to see what it was going to be like. And I just think that's going to be too many coaches. Like, I don't know how they're going to do it. So they ended up doing it virtual last year. I'm guessing like that's probably where they're going to go this year, although they have not yet said. So I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, there's been discussion. If it doesn't happen, we might do a retreat for downline wide to Orlando. And we can do different activities there. So my retreat is going to be either one of two things. If Summit is canceled and it's virtual, our retreat is going to be in Orlando. I will cover the condo that we stay at. You just need to get yourself down there. And we will look at, for diamonds and above, I will pay for your ticket for one day at Disney. And we will do that together. We will have a photo shoot. We'll have fun. We'll have games. We'll have trainings. We'll have prizes. We'll have all that kind of fun stuff. If they don't do the big Orlando group, I'm thinking we'll still do Orlando. We're just going to do it later in the year when hopefully things get a little bit better and it's not ungodly hot in Florida because my hair just gets all poofy. So that is what our plan is. So your goal is to get to Diamond. So as soon as I get confirmation on that, I'll let you know. In order to get to our retreat in general, it's typically to get to Diamond. Sometimes we do a down wide line retreat and we can include emeralds, but you need to move your business forward in order to get some of those perks. And those perks are legit the best when you can hang out with your team and you can hang out with your crew. Normally you don't have to get to any rank to get to Summit, and I get that, but if we're going to do something where we have to fly to, and I'm going to pay for the condo for us, get us, the majority of the food's going to be there from me, the one day to Disney, that will be a diamond. You will need to be diamond. Okay. So let me know if you have any questions on that. Okay. I hope you found this helpful. I hope that this, sit down, get your calendar. I hope you found, like, if you have questions, let me know. I'm happy to help you through. We'll start to do these planning sessions more often so that you can be set up for success. Okay. We got 10 minutes till the virtual workout. So I know if you're listening to the recording, that doesn't even matter to you. So I'm going to go ahead and get my unicorn juice and get ready to go. So I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Have a great day. We'll see you guys in the threads. We'll see you later. Bye.